So hi guys.
Hi.
Welcome to the first official Greenville United Football Club podcast, Inside GUFC. We're still workshopping names, but thank you, the excitement. Yes, thank you. So I'll be your moderator, Ellie, and pretty much my job is just going to be to keep you guys from running amok with this thing. So every week we will have a
chit chat.
Yes, just to discuss the week's previous game and talk about all things GUFC related, what's going on around the club. We'll be joined every episode by Coach Okwei and some Greenville United players. And today we have the most amazing players with us. So
Stop. Yeah.
So I'll go around and let everyone do a quick intro and then we'll get into it. Let's start with you. Coachy.
Who? Oh, me? Hi everyone. I'm Aaron, head coach for Greenville United.
Gaffer.
I'm Alfie Tucker. Play left back or left wing for Greenville United.
Yeah.
Not again. I'm Josh Malin. I play left wing for my college, Lakeland College, and left back for Greenville United.
Woo!
Yeah, thank you.
And also, he's your returning player, which I was so happy to hear that Aaron was bringing you back. So, but Alfie, you're new, right?
Yeah.
This is your first season with us?
First season with Greenville, yeah.
Yeah, and I want to hear all about your experience. But before that, I want us to talk about this weekend's past game. And again, because it's the first episode, I think we should also talk a bit more about the history of Greenville United, give some background and stuff. So you can do that for 5 minutes. But then before we do all that fun stuff, maybe let's talk a bit about the season opener.
Oh,
which was
man. They both played, so let's hear from them.
Okay. So guys, what do you guys think of the Charlottetowne Hops FC game?
Man, deja vu. Last year when we hosted Charlottetown, it was a very similar result. 1-1 until the 90th minute, and then game winners. So
yeah,
I thought it was really exciting, and especially to start the season with a win, that was big.
I know, that was huge, and I was quite nervous about that particular team because I think we won here last season, but when we went to their place, they scored.
When we went there, it was terrible. I mean, the game for us, we got a red card, and it wasn't the best, but we lost. We lost.
That was a chaotic day.
It was chaotic.
Oh my God, tell me about it. That's another whole chat. But yeah, Alfie, how was your experience with it?
It was good. I mean, it was positive. It's always nice to get 3 points, but I think the biggest positive we can take is that maybe we feel that we're probably still in second or third gear. There's a lot more to come from us guys. Good teams win even when they don't play well. So I think there's a lot more to come from us for the rest of the season.
Love to hear that.
Yeah.
It
was a good game.
Okay.
It was a good game. Honestly, I wasn't thinking we're going to win. I thought it was going to be a tie because, Charlottetown is very good. They're a good team.
Yeah.
So when they got that goal, I thought that was it. It was going to be a tie.
And maybe for those who didn't watch it, can we give a quick recap? I think the first goal from Greenville United was in the first half.
Yeah, first half. I think it was the 44th or 45th minute before half. Right before half.
Good timing.
Right, yeah. And Josh actually assisted that. It's so fast.
Well, being a winger, I like to get forward. So whenever I have an opportunity, I want to.
Yeah.
Hayden had the ball up top. He was near the 18-yard box. I just showed right underneath him, got the ball and first time cross. Abu was right there, went straight to his head. He's not missing.
Big man Abu.
Yeah,
that's what we call him. Big Abu.
Yes.
So that was a good moment.
Yeah, I love that. We should get replays next time and then play stuff. Yeah. And then
they equalized around the 66th minute or something like that. And we got a winning goal. It was actually a substitute who got the winning goal. David, his first game too for Greenville. And we got a goal, I think, 92nd minute.
So, honestly, I thought it was going to be a draw.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But that's football for you.
Yeah. So just in general, what do you think of the whole game overall? I mean, I know we won, we're happy.
Yeah, it was a tough game, and I think it was a very good game for an opener because it gets us ready. It wasn't like an easy game. It wasn't. It was a very tough game.
Yeah.
Charlottetown came prepared.
They really did.
Yeah.
Just to add on, again, starting with 3 points is really important. We have goals this season of, for sure making playoffs, and we do want to win the league. It's a goal of ours. So starting off with 3 points just puts us in the right direction. And
Yeah.
You know, to get it in the 90th minute instead of a tie, you know, those 2 points really matter. So it's exciting.
Absolutely.
For sure. I mean, when it was 1-1, I think we felt if the game ended 1-1, it would have been a little frustrating for us. You know, I think we felt that we did deserve the win overall. I do think we were the better side. So everyone knows the NPSL is not a long season. So you need to pick up points where you can. So to start with 3 points is the perfect start for us, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
Like before we go into talking like a bit more about Greenville, just I mean, you guys sort of hit on this a bit, but like, what's your outlook for the season? I know you mentioned we want to make playoffs, which yes, we do. So, what are you guys thinking? How's that looking for you as well?
Aaron?
I think. Well, I don't think I know.
Yeah,
This is the best squad we've had. You know, we have a lot of players this season. A lot of players, about 38 or so.
Oof.
Yeah, and I can say without a doubt, with the 38 players we have, anyone can start. Anyone can start, and anyone can play any position. You know, so that means there's a lot of quality on the team. Yeah, so I feel good. I feel good about the season.
Yeah. So when you were selecting the 38, like what goes behind you deciding to recruit someone? Why do you choose them?
So in the past, I used to look more into quality, and leave out certain things. But this season it was more quality and attitude, right? That was the biggest thing. I mean, of course, you don't want anybody who's got a beautiful attitude and can't play. Like, they might as well, play. Yeah. But this season, I focused more on the attitude and also the person themselves to see if they fit Greenville or if they fit the program.
Yeah.
So that's what I looked into when I was recruiting this season.
Okay. So a second layer of that question: what made you pick Josh? And he's a returning player. Yeah. So what made you bring him back?
Josh.
And also,
Josh. First season, amazing player. But here's the thing about Josh, though. His attitude. I love his attitude. So in the beginning of last year, when we started, Josh wasn't playing much. But the good thing, he was on the 18. Mm-hmm. So when it started, I believe the first few games, he either played 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 15. Regardless of the time, when Josh comes in, if it's 5 minutes, he plays his best 5 minutes in his life. Like, you can't question his attitude or his, energy level, right? And he was consistent. So it got to the point in the middle of the season, he had the opportunity to play and it was still the same. And, I mean, you can't doubt that. It gets to a point, if a player keeps showing, you have to play them. You don't have a choice, right? So his attitude was superb, like beautiful. So attitude, I love his attitude, and he doesn't give up. He's tiny, but he keeps fighting with all the big players on the pitch.
Height doesn't measure heart.
Yes, exactly.
He's much bigger than me, so
he's a force to reckon with.
Oh, absolutely.
So he was the first on the list to bring back.
Yes.
Just to add on to my side of things, last year, first time playing in America, it was new experience for me, and any chance I got, I was just excited. To play in the NPSL, to meet a bunch of new players and how the game's played here. It was just exciting. So yeah, I'd get in for 5 minutes, but that 5 minutes, I wouldn't know if I'd get another 5 minutes. So you might as well make it worth it. So
yeah,
I love that. That's great advice. Yeah, because you also decided to return this season. You gave a bit on that, but how was your experience and why did you decide, I'll come back?
Well, last year was, it was a slow build into it. Like Aaron said, like I started off the bench and I started to get minutes and minutes. And near the end of the season is when I really found my confidence with the team. Not just confidence playing for Greenville United, but playing with the teammates. Yeah. There's a lot of players that have really high quality, have played D1 or national team or, these really high levels. So when I first showed up, it was just, can I play with these guys?
Right.
But then I slowly realized, I do have the ability, and it just built in my confidence. So I felt like I had unfinished business, first of all. We didn't make playoffs last year, so that was kind of disappointing. And I felt that I could battle for a starting spot this year. So obviously the opportunity was there. Aaron and me were talking all during my college season, about when and if I could come back. And, earlier this year, I decided that I would really like to. And here I am.
Yeah.
First guest on a podcast.
Right? Yes. Actually, before you introduced yourself, I was going to tell a story about Josh. And I know people will be like, this is a soccer podcast. We don't have time for funny stories. But I do. But I remember, I don't remember the first time you and I met, but that was last season when we were So we were carpooling to away games and like
I love this.
cars.
Yes.
Yes. And Aaron, so I think that we were short a car or something. So I offered to drive for people. And I expressly asked, I remember asking him, I was like, please give me fun people in my car because it was like a 4-hour drive. I'm like, if these people are boring, I'm like driving off a bridge with them. So, and so, yeah. And Josh ended up in my car. We had Somi and like 2 other people.
Yeah, it
and
was
you
all the
did not.
roommates.
Yeah.
Ollie Jarvis, Ellis Williams.
Yeah. So you did not disappoint. Thank you. It was
You're
actually
welcome.
a good ride.
I'm telling you.
Can I add to this story?
No.
Aaron mentioned, do not give Ellie aux. Ellie plays very unique music. Me and Somi didn't believe this, by the way. We were like, Ellie, like, let's hear what music you listen to. Do you care to say what music you listen to?
I mean, well, first of all, I love to and throat music. That's what. But also, in my defense, we drove the whole way, and I didn't play. And then Josh and Somi said,
We had to find out.
Fine. They're like, they're fine with their music. So I wanted to ease them in, but they're like, no, play whatever you want. And I was like, sure.
Where do you go with Mongolian throat music?
Mongolian throat music.
It was amazing.
It was an
I'm
experience.
probably pronouncing it wrong, but Hun Hur too. That's the vibe.
Give it a listen.
So, yes. it should probably be our opening music.
Oh no, you're alone on that one.
Okay, back to soccer. So before we go to Alfie, also, why did you recruit Alfie? Or why did you want to recruit
Alfie. So for Alfie, it's a little bit unique.
okay.
So I think I was either done recruiting or something of that sort, and then I got his highlight. Because one thing I do, we receive a lot of highlights.
And
Probably
you watched them all.
I watched them all. Probably like 100 highlights. I received a lot.
That's crazy.
But I watch all of them. So even if I'm done recruiting, I'll still watch it. See what the person is bringing. Yeah, so
People are going to send 300 videos.
yeah, I will watch all of them. I don't even know how I do it, but as soon as it shows up, I watch it.
Okay.
And then Alfie's highlights came in. I watched it. I was like, ooh, who is this kid?
I gotta see this highlight.
Yeah, I'll show it to you.
Yeah, please.
So as soon as I saw it, I was like, man, I like this. And then I sent it to Eddie, the captain, and then I sent it to Coach Lalas.
Okay.
And Coach Lalas is a straight shooter. He'll tell you if it's good or not. As soon as Lalas saw it, he said, we need this guy. And then he was like, ooh, we'll take this guy.
Okay.
So then I reached out to Alfie. We talked, and we're just having a conversation. And it was just a conversation, but I was trying to see, his mindset too. And I did my research on him too. And Dan, I think Dan played with you guys before somehow, or
Dan played with 2 of my college teammates.
Yeah, Dan Ivanov, right?
Okay.
It's Ivanov, yeah.
Midfield.
One I played number 6. Yeah, he played defensive mid.
Okay.
Yeah, so I did my digging and I did some research and found out that he was a captain too. Oh, he is a captain. I was like, I need a lot of leaders on the team this season.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he's shown it. He's and I think I told you that last time that his leadership skills impeccable.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So with that, how's your experience been?
So far.
And do give more than 2 sentences.
So yeah, I mean,
Story
I was deciding kind of after the fall whether I wanted to play this summer, because I was a senior this year, so I was done with college soccer. I'm probably not going to play after this summer. So it's like, do I want to play? I was like, yeah, let me give it one more season. And I was just thinking where. And my roommate at college, he played for Appalachian last year. I know I got some guys that played at App and Hickory, and we were just having conversations. And in every conversation, Greenville came up. Oh, that was the hardest team we had to play last year. And that's what you want to be a part of. So I reached out to Aaron. He replied, and we got a phone call. And the thing on the phone call that stood out for me, Aaron was not just saying, yeah, I want you. He was kind of telling me why he wanted me, how I'm going to fit in here, what he expects from me. And that was different to, some other coaches that I spoke to. So, I felt welcomed, and that's what I wanted to be a part of.
Oh, nice. Look at you.
I know, right?
And so have you regretted your decision?
No, definitely not. No, I love it.
Oh, I love that. Okay. So what's been the main difference transitioning from English football to American football? Is that even how you say it?
Yeah, no, that's
Okay.
perfect.
I sound like I know what I'm talking about.
America.
Americans can run. That was the biggest thing for me. From a young age back home, we're more coached technically, so we're on our technical ability and stuff like that. But I came to America, and pure athletes, big, strong, quick. You know, that's how they play their game. So it was difficult to adjust at first. You know, from wanting to play all the time to, you know, having to run and manage the game in different ways. But you know, it takes some getting used to. But
Yeah.
I think hopefully after 4 years, I'm there now.
Definitely takes some getting used to.
Yeah.
It's a different game here.
What about you, Josh?
I wouldn't say Canada's too different than America, but you know, Alfie's not wrong when he says the players here are really strong and physical.
Yeah.
You know, that's something about my game that I've always had to deal with. You know, being a smaller player, my game's always been speed and technique, not brute strength or force.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been able to adapt quickly, but that is a big part of the game down here that I've noticed as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
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 What about you? What about you? What?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, what about me? We're not talking about my soccer stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, I'd actually like to know, like, your background in soccer.
Yeah.
A
So
little bit about yours.
yeah, so you know, I grew up in Ghana, and in Ghana, it's football and everything else. You know, unlike here, you have like a lot of sports, and it's not like that back home. You know, football is the first. So I grew up playing on the streets.
That sounds so wrong.
No, like I played a lot of street football. You know?
Yes.
So that's where I'll say I started honing my skills. And long story short, I ended up in an academy, Middlesbrough Academy, and I played there. Played Division 3 in Middlesbrough, and then played Division 2 Desert Warriors, and that's where, you know, as far as I got, because
All in Ghana.
all in Ghana, because I ended up coming to the States for school. You know,
Okay.
I thought I was coming to play ball, but my dad had a different idea. Not in a negative way, but you know, every
Yeah.
parent wants the best for their
Yeah,
kids. They're
of
like, yeah,
course.
you get injured, blah, blah, blah. Focus on school, all that stuff. So when I came, yeah, soccer just, you know, but I love the sport. So I played club. Well, no, I didn't play club at Tech. That's a different story. But, you know, I did engineering, so I was invested in school. Did grad school. After that, did another grad school. And yeah, just still kept in the game, playing pick up Sunday leagues here and there, and Greenville came up.
Did you ever play for Greenville?
Yes, I did. So
Okay.
when I started the team in 2020, I did play
Yeah, on
for the team because, you know, it was like player coach.
Mhm.
And sometimes it was a little bit frustrating because when you tell the players what to do, they think you don't know what you're saying. So sometimes I just get in there and play or
Yeah,
show them how it's
decent
done.
company.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so actually, yeah, this works out well. So tell us about how Greenville United started.
That's a crazy story.
Yeah, make it 1
Um,
minute though.
Yeah. So in 2020, I had the idea of, you know, Greenville because I was playing a lot of leagues in Raleigh, Greenville, Coates, like a lot of places. And I realized we have like, you know, good players, but nothing organized, like no organized football for them. So you have players that just play Sunday league. And I'm like, these guys are really good. So, you know, I wanted to have an organized team for the players, and that's how it started.
So what was your initial like vision for the team? And
So the initial vision, which I mean, it's still the same, to start amateur level, go to USL, NPSL or USL2, then USL1, and hopefully I want to get to the championship.
absolutely.
Yeah, so either USL1 or championship because I wanted to be pro.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's the plan. Get
So
to
what has the
professional level.
journey been like so far coming to the NPSL? Because you didn't start in the NPSL.
Yeah, so we started in the FFL, which at the time was a
What's
local
FFL?
league, First Flight League in North Carolina, local league. So first season we were third, second season we were second, and then the last season we won it.
Woo.
Slow but steady.
And yeah, after that we went into the NPSL in
Okay.
2023, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, and have you been coaching throughout?
No, so the year 2023, I stepped down, and you know I was the director of football operations, and we brought in a coach, Josh.
This Josh.
No, me.
This Josh.
Yeah.
Josh Horn, very good. So the first season, unbeaten, I believe. Yeah, we're unbeaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, and made playoffs but lost in penalty kicks. And then the second season, we brought in Lee, another coach, and I took over the following year.
Okay.
So that was last year was my
Last
first year
year.
coaching the NPSL.
in NPSL. Okay, so this is going to be your second
This is
season
the second
coaching in
season, yeah.
NPSL.
Yeah.
And sadly, last year we did not make playoffs.
Yeah,
so
we were.
this year we
Yeah.
want to.
So yeah, last year it was a little bit disappointing because we had a really good squad, and every team we played could tell. Like after every game, the coaches are like, "This is a talented team."
Yeah, back
But
to what
I was,
Alfie even just
yeah,
said.
I was getting tired of hearing that without getting the results.
Yeah.
So this season, we fixed. I would say we fixed the problems or the issues that caused us not to get to the playoffs last year. So hopefully, with those issues solved, this season I expect us to make the playoffs and
Touch wood.
be a contender to win the league.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think makes this squad better?
So
And you all can chime in as well.
ooh,
Here.
so
Do you mind I start?
Yes,
I was
go ahead.
talking to Eddie the other day,
go ahead.
actually. And it was only after the first 2 practices here. And I was just talking to Eddie in comparison about last year's training sessions compared to this year already. And it's not different structure. It's not anything that, like, Aaron had his idea last year where we show up on time, we come, we have a plan, we work hard, it's intense and everything. But last year just wasn't the same as this year. This year, guys seem more determined, more disciplined. And what I like the most is everyone seems on the same page, right? We all have the same goal in mind of, competing and wanting to win the league. So practices just seem more beneficial. The quality is there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So to add on to what Josh said, which is 100% correct. Last year we had a lot of local guys, right? And with the local guys, of course, you have some working, you have some doing a lot of things. So it wasn't very consistent. This year we have about 25, 26 college kids with a lot of the local guys too. So it's like a perfect mix. Last season, the mix wasn't perfect. It was imbalanced.
Right.
Yeah, but this season it's balanced. So you come to training, at any point in time, you have more than 11v11. Last year, there will be times we can't even play a whole 11v11. But this year, every training session, if we want to play 11v11, we play 11v11.
Yeah.
So this season is balanced.
That's great. And when you say local guys, you mean like players?
Yeah, from
here,
Greenville.
but they're not like this is not. But they're doing.
This is not what they
have
do
other
full time.
things
They
going
work.
on.
They have families. They do their own thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and they just want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
So we have a balanced squad this season. So it makes everything on point.
It sounds like it. So in terms of training, you were saying like this been like some of the toughest training and hardest ones. And actually, Alfie, you came in and like you seem very chill, but then you're like, no, it's fatigue from 2 hours of training yesterday.
Yeah.
So how have your training experiences been so far?
It's been good. I mean, training sessions have been good. The quality is very high. The standards high. And I think we have a good group. I mean, you have the core group that was here that have been here for a few years, and then you're adding guys with quality and different traits. You have. I mean, I've come in as captain at West Alabama. You have Charlie, who was captain at Barton. So you're adding leaders from different places into an already good core group that has leaders. So I think that we can only add to that, and that's a positive thing.
Yeah, I love that. So, any closing words for the first episode of the podcast?
Yeah. This season, we have a lot of leaders. Like Alfie mentioned, Jaden, the goalie, also captain. Eddie, also captain from his school. AB, previous captain for Greenville. So this season we have a lot of leaders on the team, right? So, discipline is on point. Everybody is competing. Like Josh said, everyone is on the same page. Everyone wants to win. The first time some of the guys came, the first thing they said is, "Yeah, we're gonna win this." First season here, and some are already thinking of coming next season. So everyone is on the same page, committed, and everyone wants to get the same thing. So we're on the same page, and we're good to go.
Okay. Any last words?
I think being on the same page is something that we needed to kind of get started on right away. And we're all on the same page with the goals and what we want to get from the season. But we're not naive. We're not going to get too ahead of ourselves. We know that we take it one game at a time, and our priority is to win the next game. And I think if we keep doing that, by the end of June, we'll be in a good place.
Yes. Fingers crossed.
Just, guys come here to play, right? They don't come here just to have fun. They come here to work. They come here to play. Me personally, last year, given the opportunity, Aaron, all he saw from me was a highlight tape and a phone call. And he trusted me enough to have me here, help me with housing and everything. So, only being my second year, I still have pride in the team. I want to give back. I appreciate the opportunity. So it's just about, showing that and getting win after win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I could keep going. At first, I was like, how are we going to fill 30 to 45 minutes? And I was like, let's go 3 hours.
It's just a combo.
Yes. Okay, well, this was great. Thank you guys all for coming. And next week, we will be
Traveling.
Oh yeah, we have our
Yeah.
next NPSL game, and it'll be away. Is it again Mint Hill
Yeah,
FC?
Mint Hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Coach Okwei will be back to break down the
Hot
game
one.
with us. Maybe Alfie and Josh again. Actually, maybe not even rotate players. Just keep these two.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's been great. And first episode of the podcast done. Before we wrap up episode 1, we hung around after recording and kept the conversation going a bit longer. One topic that came up was just how difficult it was for the coaching staff to narrow down the nominees for man of the match after the opener against Charlottetowne Hops. Here's a little more from that discussion. So this will be like extra time,
Mhm.
but you
I like
were
that.
bringing up a point, and I was like, no, I want us to record this. So
Right. So after the game, we had to nominate 4 players for man of the match.
Oh, and so this was the first time
We've
this
done that.
year
Yeah,
we're doing
first time
match
we're
with it.
doing that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we can only do 4 players because apparently, we're doing it on the Instagram story, and it gives you like only 4
Only
options.
4 options,
Which I
yes.
hate. I'm like, let's do our own thing. So we can put like 10 names.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Everyone who
played.
played.
Everyone
I think we
gets
could put
it.
the whole squad there and, they just choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point I was making earlier on was that was very difficult to pick 4. Very difficult. Because in that game, from goalie to striker, like the whole team, everybody played so well. You could pick anybody. Even those that came on as subs were impeccable, right?
Mhm.
So that was a very tough decision.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I know we came down with 4 names. What were the 4 names again?
Jaden, the goalie, Abu,
David.
David.
And David, because he scored the
Yeah, because he scored the
second goal,
92nd
yeah.
minute. And who was the last one?
Mo, I think.
Mo?
Mo, yes.
Yeah, it was Mo.
Yes, and Mo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What were the other? And I'm not just saying this because they're sitting here, but I was there when you and Coach Lalas were discussing who to
Right.
put on, and you mentioned Alfie, you
Yes,
mentioned
we
Josh
mentioned Alfie.
as well.
So Alfie came on as a sub, just like David.
Mhm.
He had a banger, which
Oh, so
we
close.
all thought it was going
Banger,
to
he
You
yeah.
should
Yeah.
rewatch
The
it. I was
the
jumping
goalie.
off the bench.
Yeah, we have to give a good shout out to the goalie. He did well on that shot. So Alfie played very well. Josh,
Mhm.
he gave the assist, running that flank left and right. Hyder played a phenomenal game. Dan played one of his best games I've seen him play.
Mhm.
Manny, 8. It was baller. It was baller.
Sounds like everyone.
Baba, Lazaro. You see, last
Oh,
season
yeah.
Lazaro was injured a lot, so we didn't see much of him. This season, you can tell it's
So
on
techy.
fire.
So
It's on fire. So
Yeah.
the whole squad, even Baba, like the whole squad. Hayden, he was running like a mad dog. Like he was everywhere. So that was so difficult to choose.
Yeah.
But you had to take a look at the goals and other stuff to choose
Yeah.
4. But anyone could have been
Oh,
taken man of the
absolutely.
match.
You have
Oh, I
to
even
take
forgot Byron. That was his first
Yeah.
game.
Oh, yeah.
mentioned Byron too.
Played phenomenal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So basically, man of the match is
Happy.
going to be super tough, and
Yeah.
any set of 4 names we see is just going to be luck of the draw because
Pretty much.
10 names
Yeah,
on there.
because there are like 17 players. Everybody killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, extra time is over. Hey! We're talking about celebrations.
Yes.
That winner.
Yes, you started. You were saying AB or something.
Oh yeah.
AB.
I was just rewatching it time after time, and AB fell over, and I thought that was really funny.
During celebration.
Yeah, AB
Got up.
loves celebrate. That's one thing I like about that guy. He will celebrate anything.
Wait, which AB? Captain AB?
Yeah, Captain AB.
Really? He
Yeah.
does not look like it. He
Yeah.
always looks
It
so
was
calm.
awesome.
Yeah, he's really calm. Even when he's playing, he's calm.
Okay.
But he's a character. He's a
Okay.
character. Yeah, he was running, grabbing David. And he was
Yeah.
falling, and then he was rolling, and he would get up his case. Yeah,
Wait,
I
are we
like
have this
yours
on
too.
video?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
It's on
I
IG.
through.
Yeah, even last season, like most of the girls, yeah, AB is the first.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny.
And Eddie too. Eddie from I don't know wherever Eddie is, he would come there and celebrate. Yeah.
Nah, that
And
was
George was about to do the Catalina.
There was a picture, and
I saw that.
That was a great photo.
About to do the Catalina.
Like what?
As soon as I saw that, oh shit, I know what he's gonna do.
Everyone's sprinting to the corner. I love that. So the whole bench is just on the field. Or
Yeah,
something.
the rest of like the bench, and they're like, I'm trying.
Okay.
Nothing you can do. Try. Yeah, the
Oh,
whole
that's
bench.
funny.
Yeah, the whole squad.
Are you a celebrator, Alfie?
You didn't see him?
No.
He was there.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like,
Like when the whole crowd was going, he came to the front. He was like,
that was so English. I love it. Okay, good. I'll go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
Something that I actually really enjoy seeing, because I felt like, this is the first game. These guys just came last week and did their first training. But you guys seemed so cohesive on there. Like even the celebration, it felt like a team. I was like, oh, this was very quick.
Yeah. I mean, how can you not celebrate a winner like that?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah, everybody was, yeah.
it's
So what's
universal.
team chemistry like so far? And I will actually ask Alfie first, because you're the newest.
It's great. Like I said earlier, when you have a core group like Greenville has, welcome in the new guys and kind of take them under their wing. It's so easy. They set the standards and we just kind of come in and follow.
Yeah. You both agree.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially knowing the guys after last year. Like there was a lot of faces that I was really excited to see again. Especially like Baba, Manny. Those guys I hung out with a bit last year. So getting to see their faces again, just even for the short time I'm here, it's I enjoy it.
Yeah. I hear you guys talking about money all the time, but I don't think I've never heard him say a word.
He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He'll speak with his feet. He doesn't need to say a word.
He's so good.
Yep. That's why they're like,
He can
he
play
said
without even saying a
nothing.
word.
Yeah. What position does he play?
Whatever you want.
Money. He said he took, like
Put him in net.
So-
This guy can play.
so Money actually plays 6, 8, or 10, but he's so good and understands the game. You can play him anywhere. Left back, right back, left wing, right wing, anywhere. 6, like he can play anywhere.
Okay. You know what we didn't talk about? Greenville United, the name.
Oh.
Give us a little history. Why the name Greenville United?
So when I started, I was thinking, okay, it's not Aaron's team. I can't be like Aaron United or Aaron City.
I would not have come
or whatever.
Aaron United.
So I wanted something that represents the community. I wanted something that the community can get behind. Because if I go to Raleigh, there are a lot of things in Raleigh, but in Greenville, nothing.
Yeah.
So it was easy, something for the city, Greenville. And I'm a Manchester United fan. Since I was a baby. I've been through the highs,
See, this
the
guy's
lows,
smart. This is why I come to Greenville.
highs, the lows. So
Like,
United. I was
says a lot.
like, so I just took the Greenville United, put it together.
what's your favorite team, Alfie?
Yes.
Oh.
West Bromwich Albion. We're in the second league in England.
You don't know what.
No, I don't know.
They used to
that.
be in the EPL. They were a very good stubborn team.
Okay,
Yeah, but
relegation.
life had happened.
life was life.
Life was life.
Ran out. But when Aaron says, he wants something that the community can get behind, one thing we didn't speak about, we had a good turnout of fans on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I think, with the World Cup summer this year, especially in America, hopefully that's something that, the community gets behind and, they get into that soccer mindset and they come out and keep supporting Greenville.
Agreed. I absolutely hope so.
Yeah.
But the fans have been great.
Yes. They have.
To backtrack, what about the logo? How did you design the logo for the team?
Oh,
Because I've always wondered where the Bucks came from.
Yeah, so when I designed the logo, I actually used a lion.
Okay.
Initially, I used a lion because, I was thinking, okay, Greenville would have to be brave, aggressive, king of the jungle. King of the jungle, the air factor. So I designed it, with a lion. And then I had I had 2 friends of mine that in the beginning I asked them to be part of Greenville. So we worked on Greenville together, Luke and Fernando. And Luke was the one who actually designed it with the Bucks. Because he said, well, actually in Greenville, what is unique with Greenville? Ooh, Bucks, because you have a lot of green scenery here, right?
Yeah.
So he replaced the lion with the Bucks, and that's how we got it.
Yeah, how very
I like that.
cooperative. Like he took on his
Yeah. And shout out to Emmanuel Clotte from Ghana. He designed everything. Like once drew it, we put everything together. He just put everything together. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Before I stop it, anything you guys can think of that you want to throw in?
No, you asked the question about Jude Bellingham.
Oh yeah, I did. Sorry. Yeah. So what would be the? Yeah, we were talking about 1, 6, 8, and 10, and you get. So what would be the equivalent of?
So it depends on the way the coach decides to play him. Sometimes they play him as a 10, sometimes which is like behind the striker, and sometimes they play him as a 8, box to box. So it depends on what the coach. And sometimes I've seen them put him on the right wing like a 4-4-2. So just like Valverde. So it depends on what the coach wants to play him.
So if I wanted to quiz you guys right now, like I'll be like, what position is number 2?
Left back.
That's a right back. You're talking to soccer fanatics, right?
Okay, fine. 1, I know is goalie.
We should be quizzing you.
No, I goalie is 1. I got that correct. Okay, 2.
Right back.
3.
Left back.
4.
Center back.
5.
Center back. So 5 is like right center back, 4 is like left.
My school does it differently.
Yeah.
My school is weird. No, 4 is the CDM.
Yeah, I think.
And that messes with me a little bit.
Yeah, I heard back in the day, like with the Argentines or certain group, they used to have a different, I've heard that too.
So when I come here, I've always been used to like 6 being the CDM, but at my college, 4 is the CDM.
Right.
So that transition is always good.
Yeah, that's like old.
And CDM is center defensive midfield.
Correct.
There we go.
I know my stuff. And we did 5, 6.
Yeah, see, you just said it.
Oh, 7.
That's right.
8.
Center mid.
9.
Striker.
10.
Attacking midfield.
11.
Left wing.
12.
On the bench. On the bench.
Oh my god.
On the bench.
This is crazy. I never realized there were levels to this. Like I did. Wow. I'm going to sharpen all my knowledge.
Growing up, like I didn't think, growing up, and I say this back in the day, I wasn't really taught how to play. We relied more on the physicality, fitness, aggressive. That was the way I played because I was a CDM. That's the way I played. But as I got older, I started to learn the game, understand the game. I'm like, ooh, there's a lot more to the game. Yeah. That's when you start taking a look at the Spanish players or Spanish team, the English team, French. You can see there's like a lot of difference. Canadian.
Yeah.
The way they play, you can tell. So there's a lot more to the game.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you start to learn it.
So early maturity plays a role.
Oh, it plays a very big role. Very, very big role.
Is our current team mature?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of mature players. And we have certain players that are young, but they're matured in the game.
Is Alfie mature?
Alfie's matured in the game. That's why he's here.
Is Josh mature?
Josh is matured in the game. That's why he's here. That's why he's here.
Who are our immature players? Don't say name names.
Yeah, let me see.
Careful.
I know, right?
That's hard. None comes to mind right now.
Hey, that was good. You
none
know
comes to mind. Right
nice.
Just wait till the camera turns.
Yeah. I'll just go.
Okay, the camera's off. Who is it?
No, like this season we have like all the players are matured.
Yeah,
all the players are really matured this season.
That's great. Yeah. That's fun. I feel like I should quit my job and do this full time.
I think you could.
Right? Welcome to ASPN FC.
I'll be your hype man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I stop?
Thank you. Yep.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for having us.